Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is a free intro Zoom to the three-part series, Struggle and Strive or Relax and Thrive. I find that word hard to say, thrive, thrival. If you don't know me already, oops, just letting someone in there. We've had like almost 300 registrations for this call. So I get that there's a lot of interest and probably a lot of confusion. What the heck is she on about? And that's why we're having the intro Zoom, to give you some information on what I'm creating and what's going on here. Oh, there's Carla. Hello. Just in case you're looking for Spanish translation, we're not doing Spanish translation in this call. I'm going to repeat this call as best I can in a couple of days' time with Spanish. So basically, what's the story? Okay, I'm 63 years of age. I have been working in the field of health and healing for more than 40 years, since I was about 19 or 20. So I have been an exercise class instructor for many years. I've been a massage therapist, a deep tissue muscle therapist, a theta healing instructor, a Reiki master, an access consciousness certified facilitator for 8 years. And I was also an access consciousness 3-day body class facilitator for 5 years. For the last 7, almost 8 years, I've been the worldwide coordinator for Happy Mouth, generative energetic dentistry, which is all about stimulating the body's natural abilities to grow new teeth, new gums, new bone tissues, and what have you. And here I find myself with a whole new way of looking at bodies, a whole new way of generating bodies, and accidentally discovered that as you step into the energies which will naturally support your body in healing and being youthful, more money starts to show up. Oh no, more fun, more happiness, more ease in relationships, more creativity. The two things are intimately connected. And so today what I'll be sharing with you is the one thing, the one big thing that if you take nothing away from this Zoom, this one thing, and also my top, well, let's say top 3, 4 secrets to switching from struggle and striving, working hard, worrying, into relaxing, generating, and following energy and using energy, which is actually your natural state of being. So where shall we begin? I use something called the gold energy flows. It's a kind of meditation, I guess. It's a kind of, it's an energy that you can flow through your body. It's not an energy pull, it's an energy flow. Oh my goodness, a lot of people are coming on. Okay, thanks, B, for taking care of that. So stay on the live call. I'm going to, we're all going to do some of the activations that I've come up with the youthening 21 days of activations. We're actually going to do that with our bodies during this call, so that you get a taste of how this energy works. And let's see where we go with it. I'm going to stay on at the end and answer any questions that you have. I'm happy to go as deep as you would like to with all of the questions. But let's just, okay, let's get the energy flowing right now, which you can very easily do by taking a deep breath and breathing out long and slow. And then the next time that you breathe in, pull energy down through the top of your head, through your body, out your feet, and into the earth. It's not imagining or visualizing. The moment I said it, you probably did it quick as a flash. And there is often no feeling attached to it. Energy is much more subtle than feeling. So pull more energy down through the top of your head, or if you like, just open up your head and let energy rush in. That's probably more naturally how it occurs. Through your brain, through your eyes, through your mouth, through your teeth, your throat, your chest, digestive system, down through your hips, out your feet, and then through the building that you're in into the earth. And the moment your energy hits the earth, there's relief for the body. You know what it's like when you get into a beautiful garden or by the seaside, there's this, for the body. Ask the energy that's flowing through your body to match the vibration of gold. Again, you don't have to see it, you don't have to feel it, just ask for it. I'm now running gold energy, frequency, vibration through my body, through every cell. Why gold? Well, it was my very clever mum who's on the call. I saw her on here before, Joan Teakin, who came up with the idea of let's run gold through our energy systems, our circuits, our pathways. And the body resonates with gold. It is no accident that on this planet, at least, gold is highly valued. There is an energy with gold that is just so luscious, so beautiful, so generative. That means it's towards growth. Allow yourself to have as much gold as your body requires. And in any lifetime, if it has been forbidden to you, that you're not allowed to have it, that only the kings and queens may have it or whatever, this is now. We call it present timing yourself. Remind yourself, you're here now. Anything that before this moment is irrelevant. Anything that you're holding on to from another time, another place, maybe another reality, let it drop. Have as much gold energy running through you as you'd like to have. There's no shortage. And while that's flowing through your body, then allow earth energy to come up through your body. What's the energy of the earth? Well, it's nature. It's nurturing, healing. It's towards growth. Allow earth energy actually in your physical body and through all your energy bodies, up and out the top of your head, like you're a fountain, down your arms, out your hands. So you're running gold, you're running earth energy because you can. Expand, expand, expand out. That means, could you fill the room you're in with your energy? What if you could relax enough to let your energy beam out in front of you, behind you, above you, below you? And could you go bigger than the room you're in, as big as the building? Out into the garden or the streets? Could you go as big as your town or suburb? How far out could you expand with your energy if you just relaxed? And the interesting thing is, the more you expand, the more safe you are. You are more vulnerable, but the more expansive you become. This is a little bit of the energy of relax and thrive. This is one of the ways that with practice, you can be in this energy. So if you are someone who thinks a lot, that you have to think choices and decisions over and over and over. If I do this now, what will happen? This. Oh, but what if I do this? Maybe this will happen. If you worry and have anxiety before making a choice, you've come to the right place. If you're struggling with health issues like inflammation, digestive upsets, food allergies, autoimmune disease, that's a very strong indicator that you're accidentally, without realizing it, functioning from the strive, push, work hard energy. If no matter how many money classes you take, no matter how many consciousness classes you take, like me, there are still money problems or struggles with money, or it comes in, but then it goes out again, then you'll know, oops, what am I doing here? I'm actually running on a different nervous system in my body, a different energy system. And once you realize that, you can correct it. So expand your energy out even more. One of the biggest things that I find with people and with myself is that I usually think if things are not working, it must be me that's wrong. I mustn't be aware enough. Maybe I'm not being in allowance enough. Maybe I'm not using the tools right, or the questions, or it's just me. It must be me. Well, if you can relate to that, if you can resonate with you, where you're always finding where you're the problem, I'd like to suggest something to you. What if that is actually an indicator of how amazingly aware you are, how amazingly gifted and talented you are with energy? And that if you're willing to acknowledge that, you could turn this around very, very quickly. It's so much easier on your body when you stop judging yourself and making yourself wrong. So take a big breath. So when it's with a health issue, we usually go to, I must be eating the wrong foods. I must have caught a virus. I must be doing something wrong. When it's a money issue, again, we think, oh, I'm not in allowance enough. I'm not pulling energy. Oh, I'm not receiving. Oh my goodness. If it's a relationship thing, always the wrongness of us, of you, of me. So take a big breath. How much space can you be with all of that? And let it go. Allow the gold energy to assist you to release everything that is no longer a contribution to you. Whatever family situation you grew up in, whatever energies were most dominant, whether in your family it was worry, anxiety, depression, anger, whatever the particular, I call it a soup that you grew up in, that is like your home soup for you. It's like your home vibration. I'd like to remind you, and you've probably made this awareness 1,000 times before, that is not you. It is simply an overcoat, a jumper, a sweater, something that you've put on, because that's what your family did, that you can expand out beyond and let go of in any moment. Expand, expand, expand. So where I came up to a few years ago was that I'd been traveling the world facilitating Access 3-day body classes and Happy Mouth classes at the same time. Typically I would land, and from Australia, it's about 24 hours flying time, travel time to get to Europe. I'd go to Europe twice a year, Japan, maybe a couple of times, USA. In a 3-year period, the longest I was home was 3 weeks. And I barely got time to unpack, clean all my clothes, repack, and set off again. And it was marvelous. It was wonderful. Typically would arrive in a city on a Thursday night, give an intro class for Happy Mouth. Friday, start the 3-day body class. Friday night or Saturday night, run a Happy Mouth class, and so forth. In between, I'd be doing Zooms and all kinds of things. It sounds very glamorous, and it was very tiring. And actually, when COVID came along and I couldn't travel anymore, it was a blessing. I'm so grateful to COVID. What COVID did for me was, because I could no longer travel, I had to convert all of my work to online, which was marvelous. It was easy to do. But I had a lot of time to walk on the beach. I live very close to the beach here in just north of Brisbane, Australia. I had a lot of time to run my energy. And these energy flows that I am sharing with you today are things that my mother and I have been doing since the late 1980s, for many, many years. And what I found was that when I was traveling, I hardly had time. I wasn't exercising. I was eating whatever food was available, because an infinite being can eat anything, right? No, not actually. I was probably drinking too much alcohol, having a great time, and I wasn't running my energy. When I got back from all of that intense travel, I had kind of a burnout. I was not well. I was overweight. I was not a happy girl. And maybe I'll tell you now how that came about. So in the Happy Mouse system, we activate a lot of different systems within the body. One of the systems that we activate is called receptor responder. This is where the body should receive information that a body part, like a tooth, needs repair, and the body should respond naturally and repair it. Our bodies were designed to naturally repair, heal, and generate themselves fresh and live a very long time. I began to play with the receptor responder systems in a much broader way than just with my teeth. I decided to do 21 days of self-activation with my energy flows of all of the receptor responder systems, source points, a whole lot of other things within my physical body and my energy bodies. As a result of those 21 days, some amazing things started to occur. I started to apply it to all different parts of the body. And with a lovely group of ladies, the Luscious Living Adventurers, each month for the last year, we have been exploring different parts of the body using these activations energetically. And as we could no longer travel and get together in groups, we couldn't do hands on each other, but we could do hands on ourselves. Now, the latest installment of that is what I call Thrive series, where it's a combination of energy work, the energy flows, the activations, and physical things you can do that immediately put you physically into the thrive, relax, rest, and generate mode, which is very, very exciting. I don't think anyone's been putting this together ever before. So let's talk a bit more about that. Wouldn't it be nice if no matter where you went, no matter what you did, you still could be you? You could still have your natural, playful enthusiasm. Nothing really upsets you. And if you did get a bit overheated or a little bit upset, you could quickly return to your natural space of being relaxed. I found that recently. I went on a one-week trip to a very big city, Melbourne. Melbourne in Australia is a big city. It's a busy city. Where I live, I'm 20 kilometers out from the city. It's near the beach. It's very relaxed. I'm with my cats and with my plants, my trees. It's lovely. Going to a big city, I found people were rude. They took the shopping cart before you could even get to it. They pushed, they shoved. It can be very stressful for your body, particularly if you're around that all the time. Wouldn't it be lovely if that didn't throw you? It didn't impact your body. Wouldn't it be lovely if every time you turned on the news, it didn't freak you out? Right now, how much are we being impacted by war and what's going on in the world, regardless of who's right and who's wrong, political situations, food shortages, virus, vaccination. Oh, the latest one, monkeypox. Get scared, people. Monkeypox is coming. All of those things can throw you into fight or flight or adrenaline rush or push or fear. Wouldn't it be, imagine if you were immune to that. You could be aware of it, but it didn't impact your body and being. and it didn't affect your currency flows. Currency flows are not just your money, but your happiness, the wealth of your being. So take a big breath, because even as I talked about all of those things, your body and your being are so sensitive and aware that you already begin to shift into that. Expand out, relax. So here's the one big thing, if you take nothing else away from this Zoom, but this. If you never do another energy flow again, there are two different energy systems in the body, represented by two completely different nervous systems. Most people on the planet function from the striving, pushing, making it happen one. I remember in the 80s when I was taking lots of different personal growth classes and courses, the catchphrase was, if it's to be, it's up to me. What is it? There's a song. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Although you might say when the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. But that was the thing. Motivate yourself. Get yourself moving. Get working hard. Now, I'm not suggesting that you'll never work hard again. You'll know that if you're doing something you love, staying up all night, getting up at 4 a.m. as I did today, people might think that that's working hard, but that's actually what's joyous for you. It's actually creating what you'd like to have and be. So when you make the switch energetically from one nervous system to the other, and it does take practice, it does take commitment, it does take repeating over and over again these steps so that you can clearly recognize, oh, what am I functioning from here? I'm functioning from time. I'm functioning from, I've got to get this out there. I've got to find the money. How do I get the money? How do I get a relationship? How do I get my body well? Into using energy, using questions. And I'm sure many of you are familiar if you've taken any Access Consciousness classes, for which I am so grateful. And I use the tools of Access Consciousness all the time, constantly. They are a major part of my life. That you get into using the quantum entanglements, which is the energy that connects all things, question, and into this natural energy, which is your birthright. So the one thing is the natural enthusiasm and joy that you had as a child, even if you cannot remember it, you did have it once, hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't disappeared. It hasn't been taken away from you. It's still there. It will be there when you're doing something that you absolutely adore, whether that is playing with your puppy dog, watering your plants, whatever it is for you. Is it collecting stamps? Whatever it is that you truly enjoy doing steps you into that energy, that natural energy of flow. Mr. Gary Douglas calls that acoustical flow. And he's right. It's a waveform energy. When whatever happens, it's okay. Because if you're down here, you know that it's just a part of the wave. You'll soon be up there. The other reality, you might think of it as, or the other nervous system, it's the stop-start. It's the, how am I doing? Not so good, got to try harder. It's the time is the factor. So just expand out. This is what impacts the cells of the body. This is what is so aging for the body. And the point about my youthening work is not so that you'll look 20 again, or 30 again, or even 40 again. The point is having that enthusiasm and joy of living that translates into the body as you're still flexible enough and have the energy to do all the things you'd like to do. So expand out right now. Take a deep breath. All the circuitry within your body, all of the electrical circuitry, all of the pathways, all of the energy channels, open them up gently, gently. Anything that has been shocked, traumatized, blocked by an event, something upsetting, by a surgery, by an accident, anything. You don't have to relive it. Just allow all of the circuits to flow, open up, gently, gently, gently. Wouldn't it be lovely if you were so confident with your body that viruses, vaccinations, everything that's been pushed at you didn't have an effect on your body? You could make choices for what works for you in that moment. And if that choice didn't work out so well, you could choose again, knowing that your body can cope with anything. When you can be in that relaxed space. Expand, expand, expand. What we are discovering is that as you have more and more of your life, as you spend more and more time or space in this happy place, let's call it the happy place, that the inflammation in the body that is behind so many disorders and diseases, the upset to the digestive system, can very quickly dissipate and begin to heal itself. So many of the issues with body weight, body shape, begin to resolve themselves, because these are just the signs and symptoms that the electrical, let's call it, nervous system in the body is working too hard. Expand, expand, expand. So what are my top secrets? They're not really secrets. My top pointers, hints, tips. Your lovely body was designed to function on the relax, rest, thrive energy. Oh, and by the way, if you are in survival, survival is the energy that I would say most people are in today in the world. Survival is where you are hanging on and you're just going to get through. If you didn't survive, what would occur? Actually, if you don't survive, you don't die. Letting go of survival allows you to drop into thrival, which is growth and generation. Would you be willing to give up surviving? When you're in survival, which is worrying about all of those forces that seem outside your control, it's like being in a physical and energetic lockdown. Your receiving is severely compromised. In fact, you're pretty much only receiving more of the, let's call it negative or fear and anxiety energies. So relax and expand. The natural way for our bodies to function is like a small happy child, totally absorbed in the moment so that time doesn't seem to exist, and actually time doesn't exist in that moment. You are no longer at the effect of time. Shedding the resistance, the layers, the past experiences may take some time. This may take you weeks or months. Well, that's okay. Gently, gently. It is not a one-off process. You've done it. It's like, could I release all judgments that I've ever had and that have ever been projected at me right now? Well, yeah, it's going to be a process over time. But there are physical things you can do And there are points on the body that you can physically touch and activate yourself, which will ease you into the relaxation and out of the adrenaline rush. So let's just play with one of those physical activations right now. You're running gold energy through your body. Just freshen that up. Remind yourself, oops, yep, running the gold energy. You're running earth energy up through your body. You're expanding out. So simple, it's ridiculous. You pinch your jawline. So I'm just doing this along my jaw. I hope it's not too noisy on the microphone. If you've got indigestion, a tummy upset, or are feeling particularly anxious, worried, or stressed, spending a couple of minutes doing this, you may find that your whole intestinal system starts to go blop, 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 blop. It begins to automatically release and switch you into relax and thrive. What are we doing when we do this? We're directly stimulating is probably not a good word, maybe directly touching the vagus nerve. Now, if you Google vagus nerve, there is so much information available on what this amazing nerve does. It runs right up into the base of the brain. It runs through the teeth, the mouth, the jaws, through the throat. So it affects your physical throat, but also your voice, the expression of you. It runs down into the heart and through the digestive system. When you begin to switch into this relaxation energy system, nervous system in the body, it opens up not only your awareness in your brain, your ability to express through the mouth. Not only does it assist your digestion, your heart, your liver, every organ system in the body, in a very intense and powerful way. And yet it is very, very simple. What I have been playing with in the last 3 to 4 months on my body as a guinea pig is using all of my energy tools and techniques, questions, following the energy, using my awareness, combined with the euthanic activations, the receptor responder points, and these hands-on touch is creating amazing changes for me. So just expand, and everywhere that the idea that something so simple as 2 minutes of rubbing your own jaw is going to change what's going on in your digestive system, if that just seems too far out for you, okay, take a breath. Remember the one thing, there is nothing wrong with you and your body. There is nothing wrong. You're incredibly aware, and we're a little bit like clocks, old-fashioned clocks that tick. Oh, I'm actually wearing an old-fashioned clock that ticks. Tick, 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 and you have to wind it. When we are around other clocks, people ticking at a certain rhythm or speed, we tend to match that. It's called entrainment. But we do this at a very highly sophisticated level. Not only do we entrain with their moods, their emotions, their feelings, their thoughts, but our body systems, our hormonal systems entrain. When you are willing to, oh, it's a bit of a cliche, march to the beat of your own drum, find your own song, wonderful things begin to happen. This is the beginning of the magic. Oops, there's someone just coming on now. So could it be that all those major disturbances of the body, which are showing up in ever increasing numbers now, inflammation, autoimmune diseases, digestive upsets, food allergies, oh gosh, just a million different disorders in the body, are to do with where we have entrained ourselves to follow the strive, struggle, resist, push way of being. Just expand out. And relax. So I have come up with a 21-day program of all of the youthening activations, and I made it $75 because I want as many people as possible to have the experience of being in their own energy. And then there's lots of other classes I've created, using those energy flows to increase your money, using the energy flows to change your teeth, mouth, and gums. And so this current 3-part series that's coming up is really getting to grips with, I suppose, in an in-depth way, how you can physically and energetically step into this completely different way of being. And because I love bodies, for me, it's about the physical body. Shouldn't I be able to eat wheat? Shouldn't I be able to eat cheese? I don't know. What else is possible? If, for example, I had an allergy to wheat or cheese or Coca-Cola or what have you. So just relax and expand. Everywhere that this is setting off different points of view for you, all of your preconceived notions, ideas, judgments, conceptions about health and the body, just expand out. I will send all of you, don't worry, all of you will get a link and more information to what the 3-part series is and all of my other work with bodies. It's going to be a three-day youthful body class soon. Just expand, expand, expand. Let's open up to some questions because there's a lot of energy on this. Would anyone like to ask something or add something in, and we can follow the energy with the questions? You can unmute yourself. We have our translators standing by.
Shona, I have a question.
Who is that?
It's me, B.
Oh, okay, there you are. Hi, yeah, go, go, go.
Hi, so my question is, how can we create ease when there are bodies around us, like we live with bodies that's not really ease, or who have this struggle energy? I seem to create people around me like as my family, like that.
Well, let me ask. Oh, do you want to translate that? Yeah. Of course, I never suffer from any of that much. So, yes, you will probably be sleeping next to someone who has a different energy to you. And that's a challenge. What are you going to do? Sleep in another room, or not have a partner, or not have a lover, or whatever? Get rid of your husband? Sure. However, here's the thing. How much space are you willing to be? Truly, and I know that seems ridiculously simple, at all times. So that when we run our energy, how boring is that, having to run your energy every day? We do it until it becomes second nature, till in every moment you're opening up. How much space can I be? How far out can I go with my energy? Now, if you're afraid to be seen, if it's scary for you, in 1,000 other lifetimes where you've expanded, been running your energy, been connected with earth, you've been and something horrible has happened, you've had your head cut off, you've been burned at the stake, somewhere along the line, we make decisions that go, I'm never going to do that again. I'm going to keep small and try and be invisible, or just show up in the ways that I think I can safely. So everything that doesn't allow us all to be as expanded and relaxed and as at ease as we would like to be. You can run a clearing statement on that. Will you uncreate and destroy it all? If you know the access clearing statement, run that. If you know the happy mouth clearing statement, run that. Here's the thing. Verbal processing is amazing, but choice is always senior or more powerful than running 1,000 clearings. Actually choosing it, and you'll have to keep choosing it over and over and over again. But what do? I make sure that every day I do one of the things that I know is essential for my happiness. Getting outside in nature. Now, if I can't go for a walk every day, at least sit outside and have a cup of tea and look at the trees or the clouds. If you can't go outside, put some music on that you love. And here's a little tip. Singing switches you into the thrive, relax, energy flow. What? Yes. Singing begins to resonate and tone the whole physical and energy body. Even if you sing badly, it's okay. Singing in the shower, singing in the car. Physically, singing vibrates the vagus nerve right where it is closest to the surface of the body. Gargling, you know that thing where you go when you clean your teeth, if you gargle, or with a throat rinse or something, is another way. So it is the commitment to be so kind to yourself that you will actually allow your body to have some pleasure or some joy in whatever way that is for you. And I know we hate the C word. We hate commitment, but it's really, really the choice that goes, being kind to me, that's not babying you. Being kind to you and your body has to be top of your priority list. You know, when you're on a plane and they say, if the oxygen mask drops, please put it on your face first before your child. You think, oh my God, are you kidding? The first thing you would do is put the oxygen mask on the child. No. Oxygen mask for you first, then you're in a position to assist everybody else or contribute to everybody else. And let me just say that one person who is committed to their happiness, their consciousness, their awareness, changes everything on the planet. You don't have to go out and make a big sign to save the whales or stop the war or man the barricades. Just make the choice that your consciousness, your awareness, your happiness is priority. So right now, while you're running your energy, all of you, you're running gold, you're flowing earth energy, you're expanded. Ask to match the vibration of joy, even if you don't know what that is. Joy is actually not a feeling, it's an energy. Energy is very soft and very subtle. Allow joy to run through every cell in your body. And it might be just a trickle at first. You may be forbidden. You may not be allowed. Okay, who cares? In your family, that may not be a thing. Who cares? It's a choice. The moment you recognize that you are an absolute master of energies. All of you, all of us. You've been using energy every single moment of your life, but you can turn it around and start using it for you, not against you. I don't know if that answers what you asked, B. I'm not sure.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question? And you can have a nitty-gritty question. It's okay. It doesn't have to be a soft and lovely one. Okay, so let me talk about, and interrupt me at any time, that's fine. In the 3-part series, we're going to do one call a week because you will need to play with, integrate the changes that we do. One call a week over 3 weeks. So it's really going to be about a month of resetting your whole system. If it meant a reorganization and a reset of your whole physical body structure, would that be okay with you? So what I'm saying is it may be intense. It may be intense, powerful. It may be very uncomfortable. One of the main reasons that people will not commit to change is that it's hard and uncomfortable. It can be. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. And would that be all right with you? So just expand out into all the areas in your body that you're aware of right now, where there may be some tension, maybe some stuck energy. It could be your gut, could be your back, could be your neck, could be your brain. Just bring more gold energy into that area. Allow the energy to do the work for you. Around us at all times are energy waves. There are energy waves for lots of money, lots of friends, fun things to do, changing the planet, contributing to the trees, energy waves all around you. There are also energy waves for less money, sickness, unkindness. There's energy waves for everything flowing constantly around us. You get to choose which you would like to experience by what you're thinking and what you're saying. Oh, and I suppose we could say what you're feeling. So anytime you say, I feel sad, or I'm tired, you have immediately engaged the energy flows for that to assist you. It's almost like they rush to you and go, oh, here we are. More sadness coming right up, madam. Here's your more sadness. Now, if this seems trivial and ridiculous, it is extremely powerful, and it is actually how the universe works. You have to examine what you're thinking and what you're saying, the energy that you grew up in as a child that seems natural for you. It's your default setting, and begin to change it. This is what I mean when you begin to engage with energies and follow energies, because all of those energies are available. You hook into and pull in the ones that you're asking for. Oh my goodness. The good news is everything you've been asking for, you've got. That's your life right now. That's our bodies and life right now. It's just a matter of changing that, asking for something different. And so my target is over that 3 weeks, we ask for a lot of different in some very powerful, not just energetic ways, but physical ways. So there are actually 5 different physical activations, a lot of different energy activations, and 7 different things that you can do just in your daily life to switch into the relax and thrive energy. One of them I already mentioned, singing. Oh, dancing, oops. Simple, simple, simple things. Any other questions? We're getting close to the end of our hour. Would anyone like to ask me something?
Yes, will we do an energy activation?
We did an energy activation. Did you miss
sorry.
it?
Maybe I was translating.
Please listen to this again. Like many of you, I use my voice and my hands to move energy, and you will be experiencing energy changes with your permission, of course. It's up to you what you receive and what you use. How does it get any better? And are we actually at a point where the world is falling apart, or are we actually at a point where it's falling apart so it can come together in a different way? It's actually the most exciting time to be on the planet, which is why we're here, why we've chosen it. And how do you take advantage of the energies that are available to you? When you get that there's nothing wrong with you, you're just very, very aware. And there are 1,000 books and 1,000 TV programs and social media things that would make you believe that the only way to get ahead in any area of your life is to strive, engage your adrenaline, push hard, work hard, when actually the opposite is true. Oh, you know that phrase, everything's the opposite of what it appears to be, from Access Consciousness? It's true. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. So relax, 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 expand, expand, expand. It's very interesting when you get out of time. Time is one of the major controlling energies of the fight and flight syndrome, of the adrenaline push, of the cortisols and the steroids in your body. When you get out of time, a very small amount of time becomes an immensely potent and powerful. You just get things done so fast, so quick, much more quickly than most people do. So the concept of working hard is like, what? You can have an hour of power, as I call it, and get an amazing amount of stuff completed, created, generated, and done. So expand, 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 expand your brain. Okay. So I've got my notes here. I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, so I forgot to tell you what was the result of me having a major meltdown and a burnout at the end of my big travel extravaganza. When I started to institute all of these different physical and energetic activations, I lost about 5 or 6 kilos, which was nice. That was just energy, you know, stuff that hadn't been working well. One shouldn't brag, one should never boast, but my income just expanded exponentially. When I stopped working so hard, when I stopped worrying, I stopped waking up at 3 a.m. I don't know if you do this, but I used to wake up at 3 a.m. and go, oh my God, how am I going to make all this happen? How am I going to get people to classes? I was running, you know, all of Happy Mouth, Dr. Tom Colso's classes. He wants 100 people. How am I going to do that? That gut-wrenching anxiety stopped. And my money flows increased. I made more money than I've ever made before, doing far less and being a lot happier. And it's like, sometimes I still go, isn't this too easy? Shouldn't I be doing more? How come I've got so much free time? Oh, my biggest thing right now probably is that I get bored. It's like, oh, okay. We should all be so lucky, right? So here's what I would ask you. In the next couple of days, actually physically write down on a piece of paper, if you had complete freedom, complete choice, money wasn't an issue, what would you actually like to create? If no one was looking, if no one was ever going to see what you wrote, be brutally honest with you. True. what would I really like to create and do? Really. And if you had absolutely no doubt that you could create that, you don't have to know how much enthusiasm would you have for that? Enthusiasm is how much life could you breathe into that desire, that project, that idea. We will go into the energy of doubt. Doubt is so pervasive. I doubt that I've got the talent. I doubt that I've got the awareness. I doubt I'm conscious enough. I doubt. It's quite easy to dissolve the doubt. And once you have no doubt, anything is possible. It may show up very different and in crazy ways you can't imagine. But would you be willing just to begin the process? You begin the process by writing down, come on, honestly, what would I like to create? What would I like my life to be like? Truth. If I had complete choice, because the trick is you actually do have complete choice. We do. We have total freedom. Wow. Okay. So that's our hour. Unless someone would like to ask a question, I'm more than happy to talk, discuss, run some, facilitation or clearings. Nope. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I am doing this Zoom again. It'll be different. I can't remember what I said each time. In a couple of days' time, it will be in Spanish. But you're welcome. You'll get both recordings. I'll send both recordings to everybody, but you're welcome to be on again. So thank you. Thank you to my translators, Bea in Hungary and Patricia in Poland. And hope to see you soon. Oh, and the Luscious Living Adventurers, the group I talked about, where we each month have a different theme, that's a closed group. We're not taking any new members, but we will open it up again in September for new members. And members get a Zoom every month, a theme every month. They get 50% off all of my classes. So, they're paying half price for everything. So we'll let you know some information about that. Okay, thanks everyone.
Right.
Thank you.